Okay, let's take a look at this essay. Now, the first thing I want to mention, I was looking at the question. It's not grammatically correct. It doesn't look like a proper IELTS question. You have to be careful. There's a danger of taking false material from the internet, because usually it's not written in the same way that the proper IELTS material is written, and there's a danger that you might get used to writing in a certain way due to that. Now, we searched and we found what we think is the correct question, which is this one here. Too much money is spent on maintaining and repairing old buildings. Some people think that they should be knocked down to give way to modern buildings. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So, that's the first thing. Be careful, because that's not grammatically or linguistically correct. The second thing is, this essay is too short, 252. Now, I know 250 is a limit, but you will find most high-scoring Band 9 essays, Band 8.58, most high essays are round about 300 words, 290 to 300. The reason why is, if you're only writing 250 words, you might not be able to properly develop your main ideas. Now, this is the official IELTS marker criterion. Fully developed. Now, I've seen hundreds of essays, and I can say I haven't encountered maybe one or two at 250 words that fully develop their position. So 250 words is a little bit short. You need to be aiming for around about 300 words. You need about 13 sentences in total. Now, put the changes on. It is true that there is a sizable amount of money spent on protecting buildings which many times had been passed from their construction. No idea what that phrase means. No idea. Which many times had been passed. Are you trying to say that they are old? Because if that's a paraphrase, it doesn't work. It's nonsensical. I completely agree with this view that we could spend money on new modern buildings. Okay, well, that's not quite what the question says. It says we spend too much on maintaining and repairing old buildings, which is not the same as protecting, maintaining and repairing. It's not quite the same thing. Some people think we should knock down all the old buildings to give way to modern buildings. So it's not about spending money. It's not just about that. It says that we should knock old buildings down, get rid of the old buildings, no old buildings, to give way to modern buildings. So it's not quite the same thing as simply spending money on new modern buildings. To begin with, now, you don't need these kind of introductory gambits to begin with in the first place. Firstly, don't need it. You can simply start with the way we build new buildings. Anyway, to begin with, the way we build new buildings has been changed totally changed, and costs less than before. Okay, therefore we should spend a lot of money on building new modern buildings rather than spending a lot of money just maintaining, preserving old ones. Well, I'm not quite sure what the logic is there. So it's cheaper to build new buildings now, is it? But therefore means there's a direct result or consequence of, so we don't really need therefore. A lot of money building one. Okay, we could demolish the old buildings, so we could substitute them with new cutting-edge technology buildings we can now construct. This means that, and we don't need a comma there, our cities could be controlling easily. No idea what that means. Be controlling easily? No idea what that means. And have perfect view. What, have perfect views? Have a perfect view? I'm not really sure what that is talking about either. View of what? In my opinion, we should not waste a lot of money on old buildings. Okay, so there's no clear example here, and every essay says write at least 250 words to give reasons and example. So there's no example here, it's simple assertion. So let's see if we can unpick the main ideas here. So the way that we build new buildings has changed and it costs less than before. Okay. Therefore, we should spend a lot of money on building new modern buildings. Why? Why should we do that? There's no reason or example. Simple assertion is not an argument. We could demolish your buildings because of new technology we can now construct. Well, if you've got buildings that's already there, why would you want to knock them down? This means that our cities could be controlling easily and have a perfect view. Not really sure what that means. In my opinion, we should not waste a lot of money on old buildings. Okay. Moreover, the new buildings could have a feature of environmentally friendly, what they could be, or of being environmentally friendly, which is very important to protect our environment. Environmentally friendly how? What are you talking about? What does that mean? I have no idea. You just put in a very general assertion with no explanation or example. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. However, it is vital not to waste more money just on maintaining old buildings in a good situation. Well, didn't you say this in paragraph 2 that we shouldn't be wasting or spending money? And what does in a good situation, what does this mean? Are you talking about the condition of the buildings, if they're falling down, or are you talking about the location? No idea what you're talking about. Consequently, are you sure that's the right word? Because that means as a direct result or consequence of. We could substitute our old buildings with new ones which have this feature. What feature? You haven't told me what that is. You just say that phrase is meaningless. What are you talking about? To help our environment for next generation. No idea what you're talking about. Although some people argue that there's a history of cities that is worth to put our environment. How are you putting environment in danger with old buildings? What are you talking about? No idea. In conclusion, there is a lot of money that wasting. What, that is being wasted on old buildings. I totally agree that we should spend money to building new ones, or to build, 2 plus infinitive, new ones which help our cities look good and protect our environment. But you still not told me how. How new buildings protect our environment. I mean, surely when you build something, there's environmental damage, because you've got to, you need bricks and mortar, electricity, water. You're using lots of resources to build new buildings. So I've no idea what you are talking about. So you say, look, environment friendly environment, but you haven't explained what you are talking about. Okay, so criteria time. Task response. All parts of the prompt fully explored? No. All parts of a prompt. Clear, well-developed position. No. Clear position. No. All parts of a prompt are addressed. Relevant to the prompt. Main ideas are relevant. Well, they're not really. I have no idea what you're talking about, especially in paragraph number 3. Insufficiently developed. Right. Here we go. The prompt is partially addressed. Okay, the writer expresses a position. Okay, yeah. But the development is not clear at all. Some main ideas are put forwards, yes, but are they developed? Well, no, they are not. Repetition, I think so, because environmentally friendly, protect the environment, help our environment, work for environment. Is that not a repetition? I think so. So I would only give that a 5 for task response. So cohesion, coherence. The message can be followed effortlessly. Nope. Message can be followed with ease. Logical sequence. Nope. Clear progression. Logical. Nope. Okay. Coherently. No, not really. Paragraphing. Let's have a look. If we go down. Right. Here we go. Organization is evident. There may be a lack of overall progression. Yeah. The relationship of ideas can be followed. Well, can they? Very generally. Very generally. Okay, I think 4 may be a little bit low. Repetitive, inaccurate use of substitution. Well, I think that's pretty fair. Environmental. I think that's pretty fair. So, cohesion, coherence, 5. So, Lexis. Wide range of vocabulary. Well, environment. No, not really. Uncommon idiomatic items. I didn't see any of those. Less common idiomatic items. I don't think so. Let's have a look. Did you use any idioms? I mean, if we look at a vocab, so buildings. Let me have another different color. Okay. So buildings. Can you see my point? And buildings. Okay. Buildings. Building. Buildings. Buildings. Again, can you see my point? So, does this count as a wide range of vocabulary? Probably not. No. Rather restricted range. Well, use in buildings about, 10 times? Okay. What about environment? So here we go. Environment. So, I think that would indicate a rather restricted range of vocabulary. Would you not agree? Flexibility, yes. Frequent repetitions. Well, buildings, environment. I think that would show a lack of flexibility. I think so. risk taker, wider range. Well, there's not really. Let me have another look. I think probably 5, because it's pretty clear when you're using the same vocabulary. Oh, sorry, that's 6, isn't it? 6. Shall I give it? Okay, 6. I'll be generous, though the examiner might not be so. He might give you 5 because flexibility, repetition. Okay, the grammar. Now, the grammar's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's have another look. So, how the grammar works is it's a number of sentences you produce without a mistake. Okay. So, to get 8, you need a majority of sentences error-free. Error-free sentences are frequent. So, to get a 7. So, let's have a look. Missing article, incorrect verb form, syntax, no idea what that means, preposition, articles, missing verb, missing form of be, and that is was, were, wrong verb form. So there's maybe 2 or 3, 2 sentences, maybe 3 sentences that don't have a mistake. So not enough. So I think for the grammar, they're frequent, but they don't really cause difficulty. Okay, I would give it 6 then. So I give it 5, 5, 6, and 6. If you're being generous. So 5, 5, 6, and 6. What's that? 10, 12, 22, 11, 5.5. I'm afraid that's all I can, in honesty, give this 5.5. 6, 5, 6, 5. So what I said 5, 5, 6, 6, yeah. So 5.5. I hope you can see why I give it 5.5. So you've got no clear examples. Some of the ideas are so general and vague to be unrecognizable. The vocab, repetition, lots of it, as you can see. So quite a few things to be working on, I think. Okay, hope that helps.